Hey there, Norman here from WoCode, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Fx Waves widget. The Fx Waves widget displays a sea of moving polygonal waves. Customization controls allow you to fine-tune the motion, depth, color, and more. You use this widget to add subtle movement and class to any area of your site. And you can mouse over the Fx Waves widget to initiate a hover animation as well, which you can see here. So let's go ahead and jump right into the builder and take a look at how we set this widget up. Here in the builder, we have our online education template. I'd like to add the Fx Waves widget right to the background of this hero image at the top of the page to provide some color and movement to the site. With the Fx Waves widget, we can adjust the settings to achieve a more subtle effect as to bring that motion to the site while not being overly distractive. So let's go ahead and open the widgets panel here on the left. Let us grab that Fx Waves widget and drop this right into the row. Perfect. Jumping into the widgets panel here, we have our content tab, and starting from the top and working our way down, we have the apply to option. This dropdown provides multiple options for how to choose to apply the effect. There's quite a few options in here available, and most are self-explanatory, but for this example, we'll leave it on the current row option. However, there were two more in this list that I did want to highlight. The first being the entire page option. This applies the effect to the background of the entire page, and in this case, the widget may be placed anywhere on the page except the footer and the header. Placement in the footer or header will result in the effect being applied to the entire site. Now, it is important to note that due to this widget being so GPU heavy, it is only recommended to use the entire page option on short pages, as longer pages with the entire page option enabled will see reduced page speeds. The other option that I did want to highlight is this custom CSS Selectors. This is an advanced option allowing you to target elements using their CSS class or ID. This is useful when trying to apply the effect to backgrounds of things where a widget simply can't be placed, such as a gallery or a slideshow. With that current row option selected, let's move down to the next option, which is the mouse controls. This option enables an animation that moves the background when it's hovered by a mouse. And then below that, we have the touch controls option. This option enables an animation that moves the background when it is tapped while using a touchscreen device. And that's all for the content tab. Let's jump into the design tab and take a look at how this styling is set up. Starting from the top and working our way down, we have the base color. This will set the primary color for the waves. And for this example, I already have a color ready to go. We'll select that there. Below that, we have the Shininess option. This adjusts the amount of shine applied to the waves. This example will set this to 150. Next, we have the wave height. This sets the height of the wave animation, and we can leave this as the default. Below that, we have the wave speed. This sets the speed of the wave animation. We'll leave that as default as well. And finally, we have the zoom level. This changes how near or far away the waves appear, and we can also leave this one alone. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and grab our preview URL and take a look at this widget in action. Now we can see right here at the top of the page, we have our Fx Waves widget, and it's looking great. It has that nice, subtle, animated background in the row. One important thing to note, while it is possible to use multiple widgets on the same page, we do not recommend using more than one instance of the Fx Wave widget on the same page. The reason for this has to do with what I touched on earlier, in that this widget requires a significant amount of graphics processing power. So multiple instances of GPU-hungry effects on the same page can result in reduced page speeds on older computers or machines with slower GPUs. It is also important to note that this black placeholder for the widget will not be visible on the live published site. It will only be visible on the preview site and within the builder itself. And that's it for the Fx Waves widget. As you can see, it is a very simple widget, but one that adds a ton of life and motion to any site. That being said, my name is Norman Durkee, and you've been rocking with the best website builder platform on the planet, WoCode.com. And until next time, and as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to support. We're always here to help.